home at last. That overtime can be a wooden stake. Oh, Feathers, you're home. I thought you were in the middle of your day shift. You switched with James and you're taking overnight instead of a day shift? How come? Of course I'm not upset. I never get upset with having more time with you. After all, our time can be limited even without your hospital work because of me being tied to the night. I am grateful that Dr. Raff has allowed you to take mostly day shifts so we can spend nights together, even if it's usually me watching movies while you're sleeping and cuddling with me. And before you say anything about how we spend our nights, don't feel guilty. The more time I spend with you, the happier I am, regardless of how we spend the time. I love you, now and always. I was just thrown off by the scheduling, that's all. Wait, Feathers, are you really making steak? No, it doesn't bother me. I just find it ironic that I said wooden steak and you're working on steak. Oh, Celestial Hospital is having a potluck tonight. Ah, that's why you wanted to have a night shift. You wanted to show off your cooking skills now that you've had plenty of practice. You have a right to show off now that you know how to use the stove without setting anything on fire. Hey, I'll take some of the blame. With me living on blood, my oven is more like storage for me than an actual cooking instrument. If this is a vampire apartment, why would the apartment come with an oven? I asked the same thing, and the manager said they had to supply every apartment with typical kitchen appliances because of the other species visiting the vampire. Apparently, when such technology came to Neil Silver Crossing, the Vampire Council did not originally think of making sure that vampire dwellings had non-vampire kitchens. I heard a rumor that the mouth teases the head of the council about this whenever they can. Yes, Arya didn't even think that vampire dwellings needed non-vampire kitchen. To be fair, she was a vampire before Neil Silver Crossings was even formed, so she probably just forgot that kitchens are needed. Again, River teases her about that. Does anyone else tease her? No, River apparently has special permissions since they are the mouth and came to this universe with Arya. Granted, River supposedly loves chaos, so if they ever find out that I had to get my kitchen painted black to properly hide the black spot you made from the fire, they will never let me live that down. I know I don't let you live that down because it was definitely an eventful day. I was having my nap and enjoying a pleasant dream involving you when all of a sudden I wake up to the smoke alarm and my apartment full of smoke. At least we stopped the fire from going fully out of control. And now you know not to put out a grease fire with water. Again, I appreciate that you wanted to try a new recipe for you to eat and, as a domino effect, have me enjoy through your blood. But frying is difficult. Okay, I'll drop it for today. So what are you making for the potluck? Is it a specific dish or just plain steak? Plain steak? What made you choose that dish? It's for your werewolf nurses and doctors? Um, why not make something for vampires? I mean, you're in a relationship with a vampire, I would think. You were told to make this. How did you do that? Dr. Raff's idea. You picked paper out of a bowl and yours said werewolf? Well, I guess I can accept that. What do you mean I should take that back? Accepting of all species. How can you... Okay, I can't argue with that. Are you doing anything with these steaks? I'm not so low that I would do anything bad to food going to werewolves. Vampires and werewolves are fighting, but I'm not involved in the war. I was asking because I know there are some recipes with butter, garlic, different herbs, and just salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper? How come so plain, if you don't mind me asking? One of the werewolf nurses is lactose intolerant. That makes sense. What about garlic? You didn't want to irritate me. Feathers, you are so sweet. I really appreciate that. Speaking of, before you start cooking the next batch, can I please have some blood? I can feed from your neck so your wrist isn't hurting so you can continue to cook. I love you, Feathers. I'll be gentle. Did you have one of the steaks for yourself? Your blood is so rich and sweet. Definitely a good treat to come home to. Did I have a bad day? No, it was just very long. It was a very full day and we were slammed. I guess the Vampire Council approved a lot of new vampires, and they are both young and from the main universe, so they were so used to the coffee company over there. What does that mean? That means all of their drinks were complicated. This blood type, this type of milk, adding many pumps of flavor, and adjusting our regular recipes to their liking. An example? Ugh. The vampire food wizards had finally figured out how to mix blood and matcha. So there was one latte with B negative, oat milk, 5 scoops of vampire matcha, 3 pumps of vanilla, half pump of caramel, 5 pumps of regular syrup, and no ice. Yes, half a pump. That brat even watched us to make sure it was half a pump. It's bad enough when we get Karens. Oh yes, you remember that one you encountered when you visited me for the first time. Are Karens the worst? When it comes to headaches, yes. But we also have those humans who want to be vampires for the wrong reasons. What's the wrong reason? They were inspired by that vampire series we don't talk about. Yes, that one. Many humans considered it a supernatural romance. Everyone who actually knows vampires, and vampires ourselves, consider it a comedy with wrong information. Would you mind us not talking about that series? I really want to relax after this long day. How many more steaks do you need to cook? That many? Can I do anything to help you? I might not be able to enjoy the steak like a non-vampire, but I can still help the person I love with this project you're working on. How about I cut them into cubes to make them easier to eat? That way, if you get busy and there's no way to cut the steak, they can just put some on a fork and eat it while going out the door. Yes, I can be nice to werewolves, even if they stink and have fleas. I might not be in the war, but I can still tease them like this. How about we get some music while we work? Any time we get to spend together should be treasured. I love you too, Feathers. Now be careful with those steaks. No one should eat burnt food, not even dogs. Sorry, couldn't resist.